In the heart of an age-old temple, a group of humans gather, their eyes reflecting the harsh reality of the new world. Once a haven of peace and tranquility, the ancient temple now serves as their only refuge in a world turned upside down. The echoes of their past lives are drowned out by the immediate need for survival, creating a palpable tension in the air. The temple's stone walls bear silent witness to the struggles of its new inhabitants. Some are eager, their spirits not yet dulled by the harsh reality, itching to explore the unknown, to find new sources of sustenance. Others are more cautious, their eyes shadowed with fear, warning of the untold dangers that lurk beyond the temple's protective walls. In this cauldron of emotions, where fear and courage grapple for dominance, a young woman named Aria stands out. She looks at the new world not with fear or bravado, but with a strategic mind. In the midst of the debate and uncertainty, a young woman named Aria offered a different perspective. Aria, a prodigy in her own right, saw not just the struggle but also the potential solution. Aria was not just another face in the crowd, she was a beacon of hope in a time of despair, a strategic thinker in a world that demanded more than brute strength or caution. Her mind was her weapon, sharp as a blade, ready to carve out a path of survival for her people. Her analysis of the situation was different from the rest. Where others saw chaos, she saw potential. Where others saw scarcity, she saw opportunity. She saw her fellow humans, each struggling in their own ways, hoarding their meager rations, embarking on risky hunting trips, and she knew there was a better way. Aria proposed a strategy, a plan that would require both courage and cunning. She suggested forming a small, agile hunting party, one that could maneuver swiftly through the treacherous landscape. Her idea was to outsmart, not outmuscle, the predators that roamed their world to find new sources of food and shelter. The idea was met with skepticism. The humans had grown used to their routines, their comfort zones. The thought of stepping into the unknown was daunting, even terrifying, but Aria was nothing if not persistent. She was logical, calm, and convincing. She explained her strategy, her rationale, and slowly, the seeds of doubt started to give way to the sprouts of faith. It wasn't an overnight change. It took time, patience, and a lot of convincing. But eventually, Aria's strategic approach won over a small group of her fellow humans. They saw the wisdom in her words, the logic in her plan. They decided to take the leap of faith, to venture out into the unknown under the leadership of this prodigy. Despite the initial doubt, Aria's calm, logical reasoning won over a small group, ready to venture into the unknown. Armed with rudimentary weapons and their collective wits, Aria and her group set out into the frozen wasteland. With the temple shrinking in the distance, the real test of survival had just begun. The landscape was as harsh as they had imagined. The wind howled, whipping up stinging clouds of snow. The freezing temperatures bit at their faces, but they pressed on, fortified by Aria's unwavering resolve. Aria's strategic mind was their compass in this unforgiving environment. She had a keen sense for danger, a sixth sense that seemed to anticipate threats even before they appeared. She guided the group around a pack of vicious predators, her intuition saving them from a deadly encounter. It wasn't brute strength or speed that kept them alive, but Aria's strategy. Navigating the treacherous terrain was a challenge in itself. Every step was a gamble. Aria, however, seemed to see a path where others saw only obstacles. She led them across precarious ice bridges and through narrow ravines, always choosing the route that offered the best chance of survival. Yet it wasn't just about avoiding danger. Aria's strategy also involved making the most of the resources they encountered along the way. She showed them how to use the snow for hydration, how to identify edible plants beneath the frost, and how to use the stars as their guide in the endless expanse of white. They moved with purpose, each day bringing them further from the safety of the temple, but closer to their goal of finding a sustainable source of food and shelter. It was a demanding journey, but with every obstacle they overcame, their confidence grew. They were not just surviving, they were adapting, learning, evolving. And then one day, the barren landscape gave way to something unexpected. After days of relentless hardship, they were greeted by an unexpected sight, a breathtaking, sprawling forest. The sight of green was a stark contrast against the relentless white they had become accustomed to. It was a beacon of hope, promising shelter and sustenance. But they knew well that this was just the beginning of a new chapter in their journey of survival. The sight of the forest sparked a glimmer of hope, a promise of survival and prosperity. The vast expanse of green stretched before them, an oasis in a barren landscape. It was a sight they hadn't seen in months, a sight that brought a wave of cautious excitement. The forest, with its towering trees and lush undergrowth, held a promise of food, shelter, and perhaps even a semblance of normalcy. It was a chance to start anew, to carve out a life in this harsh new world. It was a beacon of hope amidst the relentless cold and desolation. But they knew better than to let their guard down, to let the sight of the forest lull them into a false sense of security. Because with hope came the potential for disappointment. The forest could be a haven, yes, but it could also be a treacherous maze filled with unforeseen dangers. Their survival depended not just on their ability to find and utilize the resources of the forest, but also on their ability to adapt, to outwit, and to overcome. There would be challenges, there would be dangers, but they were ready. They had to be. They had come this far, led by Aria's strategic mind and their collective determination. They had braved the frozen wasteland, outmaneuvered predators, and survived. The forest was just the next step in their journey, a step towards survival, a step towards a future. Aria's calm and steady voice broke the silence, a reminder of their purpose, a reminder of their strength. "We've made it this far, we can make it further, we can survive." Her words echoed through the stillness, a rallying call, a beacon of hope in the face of uncertainty, and so they moved forward carefully, cautiously, but with a renewed sense of hope. They were survivors, each and every one of them. They were a team, united by their shared experiences and their shared goal. With skill, determination, and Aria's strategic mind, the humans continued their journey, ready to brave whatever the new world had in store.